Hi everybody, this is Sarah Al-Amiri in Why Not Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to our program Why Not. I'm your host Ahmed Murad.
Lovely viewers of Why Not, I am your host Ritaj Ashkenani.
Hello dear viewers and welcome to our program Why Not, the program that explores everything that is happening here in our country of Kuwait. As always, I'm your host Ahmed Murad and we are joined by our other host.
Ritaj Ashkenani.
Hello Ritaj. Ritaj is in a very joyful mood today. I mean, we've had some outtakes here and there, but dear viewers, first of all, let's start this episode by saying Eid Mubarak and Happy Eid to all of you. And well, Eid Mubarak Ritaj.
أيامك سعيدة.
Well, thank you. And so, dear viewers, today is Eid, and we'd like to sit down here, talk about some of our experiences in Eid, and just take a very chill episode because we're so occupied with everything that's going on with our program here. Why not? And we decided to just take it easy, take very chill in this really nice garden that we have. Even though the weather has been, let's say, kind of hot.
It is.
Summer has entered, but other than that, we've got our fans right here. Ritaj has her traditional fan while I have a modern fan. But let's get into today's episode. So first of all, I wanted to talk about just Eid and how we celebrate it. I mean, we usually come around, I remember since this is Eid al-Adha,
Yes.
it's kind of funny because I was talking to my younger brother and he was like, Ahmed, is this the Eid where they give out money or is this the Eid where we eat lamb?
I had a feeling that would have been the question.
Yes, yeah.
I actually asked the same question recently.
Really, yeah.
And I hope I get both, the money
The money and the lamb,
Yes.
yeah. The money and the lamb has a really nice rhyme into it, doesn't it?
And it should happen.
Yes,
Especially
yes.
us adults. I think we deserve the idea more than the kids, who are in need of all the money we can get.
You see, this is the inner child that's talking right now,
I'll always be a kid at heart.
Yeah, with like all the money and everything, yeah. But a topic that I wanted to ask about, I mean, what is your Eid routine, Ritaj? How do you celebrate it?
Well, usually when I was younger, a few weeks ahead, me and my family would go out shopping, finding the best outfit.
Yeah.
But now that I'm an adult, I go very last minute shopping to find the best outfit for Eid. And then I go to the salon, do my hair, do my nails. And usually I spend it with my family, my friends, and if not with my friends, then by myself. I love Eid. I love spending time with my family, but something that I always dread during family gatherings, and it's something that I just did right now.
Yes.
I don't know if they can keep it in, but is responding to all of the Eid.
Responding, yeah. I mean, this is like something that you're, at this point, I mean, even people that are very good in Arabic and with like a lot of gatherings and such, you're supposed to have a cheat code, right?
Yeah, I need that because just right now, like before our last cut, Ahmed was wishing me a happy Eid, and my response was Allah Yabarak Feek, which is the wrong response.
Yes,
and
yes.
I kept on messing it up until I got it right.
Yeah.
It's because I'm an adult now and I'm working a lot. It's been a while since I've been going out to see people, so I lost the social ability.
Yeah, like socializing and such. I mean, it's also, I think it's partly also because of the things that we've been through. I mean, the pandemic, for example, really kept us inside our homes. We don't have our weekly zwaras. We weren't able also to celebrate, Eid with our extended families. It was all in our own homes.
Yeah.
So we all kind of lost that, let's say, social flair.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's okay. I mean, we all get busy and preoccupied,
Yeah, it
especially in our
happens
field
once
of
in a
work where we have to talk a lot in, English. So we
Yes.
tend to forget a lot of the responses and
Unfortunately, but
such.
we have to keep practicing.
We have to keep, yeah. And I mean,
you always have to make mistakes to learn.
exactly.
I don't think I will learn. I don't think I will forget this lesson.
The lesson,
Yeah.
yes. And it's I mean, it's these funny mistakes that makes us, remember the correct
At
response.
least I made the team laugh.
Yes,
That's all that matters, you
we
know?
were all laughing right before this cut, and it's good. It's like a very heartful, very funny occurrence that we usually do, and it's something that a lot of us still go through.
Yeah.
Especially with like responses. You always I've noticed. I don't know if you have this in your, let's say, zwaras or like your gatherings, but there's always this one uncle or this one auntie that is always trying to get you.
Get
I remember,
me.
with the responses. Like I had an
Okay.
uncle, he would just like, speed run like everything. He's like, he's talking to me like a response. What is the response to it? You got it. Oh, you're wrong.
Do you get anything out of like getting the correct
No.
answer? No, he's just
I get,
testing you.
I get either the, passing the test or being laughed at. It's, I guess,
Thankfully, I haven't gone through that.
yeah.
I would have failed the first,
You
the
would have
first
failed.
one.
Yeah, and well, we gotta prepare you that cheat code,
Yeah. I was
just in case.
running through it before this episode, and I still failed.
Yeah, because it's something that comes with memorization,
Yeah.
and you have to memorize it. Yeah, but yeah, as you said, preparing and everything. It's kind of funny. I mean, like you told me that the last minute preparation,
Yeah.
right now that you do. Obviously, for us men, if we were to do last minute preparations, we would just like, for example, I remember at one Eid I had an instance where I forgot to take my dishdasha into
The tailor?
to the
Yeah.
to not the tailor but the dry cleaners.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, I need it by tomorrow. And he's like, get out of my shop. Because
Too unrealistic,
Yes,
and
yes.
during that time, it's going to be very crowded.
Very crowded, and
Everyone's trying to finish their last minute.
it is a
Eid
lot of
errands,
volume. And I remember like last Eid that I did it, I took it 1 week before. And usually the times with these kinds of things takes like a day or two. But because it was, a week before
Yeah,
Eid,
okay.
the volume was like very high.
Everyone
he
else
told
is
me,
preparing
yeah,
as well.
he told me like in 5 days, and I'm like, 5 days I can make it, no problem.
Okay.
These last minute preparations we
Yeah,
don't really
yeah.
have,
I
especially
learned,
like sometimes
yeah.
if you want to tailor. I mean, tailoring a new dishdasha in the Ramadan season is unrealistic.
Yes.
You have to do it even before. That's what I do. I do it before Ramadan. Let's say 2 weeks or 3 weeks
Yes.
before Ramadan, and I don't wear it. I just store it up,
Okay, smart.
just to wear it for Eid.
Smart.
Yeah. That way, I'm able to get it. I'm able to get it to the dry cleaners and everything, and it becomes ready.
You guys make new dishdashas like every Eid?
Depends. I mean, like for me, I do wear it like let's say casually.
You go
Casually.
out of them?
I go out.
Like-
You wearing.
Okay.
Wearing the dishdasha, so sometimes it's way better to like get a new one.
Okay.
And so what I usually do is I like to update them maybe 2 times a year, 1 time a year.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, just to like we also have slowly been trying to like become more trendy with dishdasha. So there's a lot of different textures, a lot of
Textures
different
I know of.
yeah, wools, and there's also a lot of different colors as well. I don't know
Okay.
if you've seen, but
I think
lately,
depending on different cultures, they have
depending on different
styles.
cultures, but lately we've been integrating it into our culture. So for example, I know for a fact that a lot of people have been really into wearing these dashas with like colors like these. I'm not sure what exactly you call them, but usually when we wear these dashas, we're used to the color that's like this, right?
That sticks up.
That sticks up,
Yeah.
yeah. And right now it's usually, if I'm not mistaken, and hopefully I don't get this wrong, but it's very common in Qatar.
Okay.
Yes, and slowly it's becoming more of a GCC trend. We're
Okay,
getting to see a
then.
lot of countries like, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, our country Kuwait, that's been adapting to it, and it's been more of a trend. Even though I'm not really into it, I like the traditional,
Okay.
color.
I guess everyone's cultures is just like merging
Merging in together,
Okay, that's nice.
like harmonizing together, and a lot of people have been like really interested in using different kind of like let's say material.
Yes.
Lately, what's been trending is there's a lot of like I would say Japanese wool
Okay.
that they've been using. Apparently, they provide more of like a cool, a feeling.
Okay, for the weather.
For the weather,
Okay.
exactly, yeah. And obviously, I mean, thankfully already the ways that the dishdashas are tailored and made, they are,
Yeah.
quite, let's say, heat absorbent because they're all white,
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
So the sun and everything, it just takes it into it like very
I've
well.
seen people like different colored dishdashas. Have you
There
ever
are-
seen someone in a pink dishdasha?
Well, a lot of different colors are more common in the country of UAE.
UAE?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I
Pretty sure I
seen
came
that they've
across one.
because I like the only memory that I remember it's that either tourists from UAE that come here,
Yeah.
or when I was in like let's say Dubai,
Yeah.
that I actually tend to see that they have different colors, sometimes bright colors and interesting
Pink,
colors,
yellow.
but we don't have it here. I mean,
Yeah.
the different colors that we have, we've got white and off-white for
Yes.
summer, and then in winter we've got the
Grays,
called the gray.
browns.
There's brown, gray, and then there is the navy
Yeah, the
blue
navy
kind
blue.
of. Yeah, these are the ones that we're traditionally used to and what's being worn.
If you want to style it up, you add like a little vest on top. Those like vest
Exactly,
jackets.
yeah, like winter jackets or vests or bisht,
Yeah.
which is something that I will hopefully maybe talk about in future episodes.
Okay, then.
Where I actually had an adventure on a bisht shop, a very known
Okay,
bisht shop in
lovely.
which I was like wearing up bishts, and
I would love to hear
my,
that later.
my team was like all over the place. They're like, oh, congratulations on the wedding, because some of the traditional bisht they're always worn in like weddings,
Wedding,
right?
yes.
Wedding ceremony. And it was a very funny feeling. They're all congratulating me, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I got flustered a bit. Yeah. Very, very fun experience. But yeah, with Eid, yeah, that's how we usually like celebrate it.
Prepare, yeah.
For me, it's the same pretty much. Like I have a strict routine in which I do the first day for my extended family,
Yes.
the second day for my own family,
Yes.
and then the third day for my friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect balance.
Perfect balance.
No one gets
exactly.
mad.
No one gets
Take
mad.
time to
I'm
hang
giving
out with
time to
everybody.
every, people that I hold dear
Yeah.
into, and obviously, family comes first, and then
Yes.
it's my friends, and it's also with my friends. We finish all of our formalities and our gatherings,
Okay.
warat and everything, and then it's a fun time with the friends.
Yeah.
We go dine out. We've been having this like routine in which we always like wait until it's Eid to like gather up a budget, and we'd like go into like fancy like
Restaurants?
restaurants, yeah.
Okay, then.
And then we would try out, and it's always a disaster because we, as me and my friend groups, we're not the kind of, let's say, fine dining bunch. We
I
love-
can understand.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't
like
just be taken anywhere.
yeah, and it's something that I always wanted to give a try. I mean, it feels nice to dine in a fancy restaurant and all,
Yeah.
but I'm a person that enjoys my food being like tasty and like let's say portion-wise they're big.
Okay.
And a lot of these like fine
Fancy,
dining
okay.
restaurants, they usually are more catered towards like the taste and the experience.
Okay, then.
With like small portions and
Can it
everything.
olive?
Little
Like a
olive-
huge
Not
table.
like this. I mean, thankfully, imagine like just going into like those cartoons where they open up and there's like just a piece of olive.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're like, sir,
Delicious.
you're a fine dish of just a green olive, and I'm like, exquisite. You have to go with those fancy words
Yes.
as well when you get there. Yeah. I mean, I've tried this kind of stuff. It's not for me,
Yeah.
but I love to do them occasionally from
You
time
want
to time.
You have to spoil yourselves.
Exactly,
And
and expand your horizons a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, food is also a kind of experience that is meant to be experienced.
Yes.
You don't just eat to nourish yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to get into the world of culinary arts, as they say.
That's true, and like it's also a time where you can get to talk to your family and friends as
Exactly,
well,
yeah, catch
bonding.
up,
Yeah.
catch up and all, yeah. And one of the experiences that I wanted to talk about, Ritaj, is, I mean, when I think about Eid, I also have to talk about my experiences abroad, because I lived
Okay.
6 years studying abroad in the
Yeah.
UK. So it was quite an interesting experience. I mean, thankfully, I've had some occasions in which my family were able to visit me for Eid and spend time with me. But most of the time, I used to spend it alone with my friends. And I would also consider, I mean, I had one instance where I had a very good Pakistani friend
Okay.
that I remember was my first Eid, and he was like, are you, do you have any plans for Eid? And I'm like, no. And he's like, why don't you come? I'd like to invite you with my family, and come on in, let's, celebrate it
That's
together.
sweet.
And I was like, of course, I would
Yeah.
love that. And I remember till this day, it was very funny because it was with his uncle and his aunt, and his aunt was asking me, she's like, Ahmed, I know that you're from the Middle East, and how well do you handle your spices?
Spicy.
Yeah, but I'll be talking more about the story right after this break. So dear viewers, stay tuned. welcome back once again, dear viewers, to our program Why Not. If you're just joining us today, we're talking about a lot of our, Eid stories here and there, taking it easy in today's Why Not episode. Right before we got into the break, I started talking about some of my experiences with my close Pakistani friend when I was in the UK. And to continue on that story, so I was invited into their house. His uncle and his aunt, they run a host house business. And they were like, his aunt, I remember, she was like, Ahmed, you're from the Middle East, so I know that you can handle your spice, but how well is your spice tolerance? And I told her, with full confidence, I was like, I can handle, I eat ma'bouch almost, every time I eat machbouz.
You like challenge me.
Yeah, I'm like, that's fine. And I remember they served up biryani and chicken karahi, which is this really nice dish that is like kind of like a stir-fried, what we call in Arabic hamsa.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a stir-fried mix with like chicken, usually served with rice or without rice, with bread or naan.
It sounds delicious to me.
It is delicious, but I have to tell you, touch, it was spicy. It was really, really spicy.
I think the spicy makes it better. It makes it more enjoyable to
Obviously, yeah. And I mean, it's that kind of spicy where like it felt very natural because it builds up slowly.
Okay.
And it just tasted really like, it felt like the more you ate, the more you wanted to eat,
But it's getting spicier
but
and
it's
spicier,
getting
but you can't
spicier.
stop.
Exactly, yeah. And I remember it was very fun. I got to celebrate Eid with them. It felt like, right home. I was sitting with them.
That's very sweet.
It is, yeah. And that's like the beautiful sense that being abroad and getting to experience a lot of different cultures and such, it gives you this opportunity to be around a lot of different cultures. And we all love to, coexist and celebrate together. And that was one of my stories. Other than that, I would also celebrate Eid very similar to how I do in Kuwait, except without, let's say, gatherings, because, I don't really have families there. So I would gather with my friends. And before that, we would actually go and, first of all, get ourselves new dresses.
Okay.
And obviously, there we don't really wear a shadasha.
Okay, so what do you wear instead?
So I would go usually for like smart pants and like a blazer with like either a regular tee or like a graphic
so
tee.
like a casual, smart.
Like a smart casual.
Okay.
Yeah, smart casual, and it's fun. I mean, like all of us, we like walk around. We look like very professional, very fancy, and people look at us in the street and they're like, what are they doing, and we act like, we're like a businessman, or like a movie bunch, we're like walking around.
I've
all
seen some
confident.
photos you've shared with us with the team
Yes.
of your look back in your university days.
Oh,
He had
yes.
really long hair.
I used to have long hair. And,
He looks completely different from how he does now. So now I'm just
obviously.
imagining you with your long hair, maybe tied up,
Yes.
with your smart casual outfit.
Oh, a smart casual outfit, yeah. And we used to like go, I mean, depending on the mood, usually what we used to do is either do like, fancy dining, or we'd go to our traditional like places. I remember there was a really nice Saudi restaurant that we used to have in Glasgow, and they would serve this delicious mendi.
Does it like taste like home?
It tastes like home. I mean, even the sitting, they've got the what we call the Qa'da Ardiyya, which is the ground sitting that they have over there. And so, being in a country like the UK, in which you have this, it's so beautiful.
That's so nice
we would
to
all
know.
sit down and like feel like we're in Kuwait.
Yeah. I've never traveled that far away from home, so it's nice to know that there's places you can go to in the UK where if you feel homesick, you can go to this restaurant, they have the food, they have the people.
Exactly, yeah. And well, I mean, we've been talking a lot and our team has treated us to some really cold drinks here. So I will treat myself.
What are you drinking?
I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like some sort of like mojito, but
I think I have like a strawberry mojito.
could it be peach? I'm not sure because it looks more brighter, but oh, it's definitely peach.
Okay then.
I do love my
I
peach.
guess mine is
Yeah,
strawberry.
and I think yours is strawberry, yeah. But yeah, Eid is a celebration in which we all can gather around and have a lot of fun. And I mean, Eid is kind of different right now when we started working because for me personally, Eid is always also associated with recording some of these really nice episodes.
Yes.
In which then we gather around. The very first Eid special that we ended up doing with Why Not was me and our other host Sarah.
Sarah, yes.
Yeah, in which we got into sit down, we got into talk about like
The experience and Why
experiences, recapping, and also like we got into dress like
In the-
fancy like in the Eid, yeah, and it was a really nice episode. I mean, this is also I think like another experiences added to like what Eid is to us right
Yes,
now. As we're
that's true.
presenters, you know, we're celebrating it through, you know,
Being with
with
the
our
team, you
families,
know.
and we're also celebrating it in work as well, being here with the dear viewers and getting to talk. Now, you know, other than Eid, I wanted to talk about hopefully some of the future projects that we have for this program. I'm hoping that we'd have more focus towards cooking episodes.
Okay,
Yes,
inshallah.
because it's been something that we've been dabbling in here and there, but it's always been around restaurants.
Yes.
And I'm hoping we'll be able probably to get like our own. I mean, we had one instance, right, in which when we were in the
The kashta,
the
right?
farm, yeah, in which we grilled our own stuff,
Yes.
but
I was more of like an assistant, you know, handing you all
handing in the food and being
equipment.
there for emotional
Yes.
support, yeah.
Good job,
Uh,
Ahmed.
And I'm hoping for like future episodes we might actually get to cook something, you
Yes,
know,
the most I can do is boil water. So.
boil water.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that still takes a lot of effort. But I'm hoping, you know, we get the opportunity. I mean, you've been telling me about it off camera and all the times about my lasagna.
Yes.
Yes.
We are yet to taste your famous lasagna, so hopefully in a future cooking episode we can finally taste the famous Ahmed's mother's
Mother's
recipes.
recipe, exactly. I'm glad
lasagna.
that you remembered that fact. I mean, it's just easier.
Yeah, you
and at
can't, you
the
can't
end
take
of the
her
day-
credit, you know?
Yeah, of course. My mother deserves all kind of credit
Yeah.
for being the amazing cook that she is. And she's very humble. She always says, hey, no, you know.
You don't have to mention me.
you
It's
don't-
okay.
yeah,
Take all
yeah.
the credit you want.
But no, she deserves the credit, and you know, I am her great student ever since I was abroad up until now. You know, she used to write me like I would
the
have like this
ingredients and-
3 papers, you know, like very worn papers. I still have them till this
That's
day.
so cute.
Yes, I have them from the very first year that I studied abroad, in which she would write, you know, the ingredients.
You should,
know,
you should turn all her like recipes into a little book.
A little
and then
book?
Pass it down
yeah.
into your family.
I am thinking, but there are some secret recipes that maybe I'm not willing to share.
You don't have to share it with us.
Gatekeeping my own recipes or my mother's recipes. But no, I do agree that, you know, sharing the fun for everything. And I'm hoping in the future we'll be able to tackle more regarding food.
Inshallah.
Do you have any other, you know, let's say kind of place that you would want us maybe to focus in the future?
I've already talked about it before in a recap, and I'm still waiting for it to happen. A survival episode.
A survival episode,
Yeah,
yes.
I really want it to happen. I think it's gonna be fun. Like everybody has their own cameras,
Uh-huh.
other than the ones that are like fixed, and we just survive the nights. You
You
know,
know,
camping.
you say surviving the night, but I have a real question for you.
Yes.
Are you able to catch fish?
No,
Exactly.
but I will prepare myself beforehand. That's what Why Not is all about.
It is, yeah.
Learning as you go.
You know,
So-
it would be very funny if we would have like a fishing special
That would be nice.
alongside this.
That would be nice.
We could like take the boat into like secluded island and try
Okay,
to
go
fish
fishing.
out, you know, yeah. Because I've been seeing like some people that would actually go and fish in these islands and like
Mm-hmm.
try to do their own kind of challenges.
If the team's planning on it, they need to let me know beforehand so I can prepare myself.
Start to like mentally and
Yeah.
physically prepare yourself,
I'll
right?
start researching beforehand how to catch fish.
How to catch fish, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of ways, you know.
Yeah.
I'll probably like end up just trying to catch it with my, you know, with like my own hand and like,
Okay,
yeah.
just-
Because I've seen some people do like the extreme. One thing that I've seen in social media that was utterly ridiculous was a spear gun.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Well, yeah,
Those are
yeah. But this is
scary.
probably if you want to catch like a
The
big
bigger,
catch, you know,
yeah.
something like this big. And let's be real, and why not? I don't think we're able to catch a fish of that
Yeah.
magnitude or
We
this.
should calm down our little
We should,
egos a
exactly.
little.
We should be humble with our own skills, yeah. But that's like a part of like the things that we want to cover, hopefully in the future. And well, dear viewers, we have to cut our episode for today. I hope that you had fun. I mean, me and Ritaj, we got to discuss about Eid, and we've gotten to talk about some of our future plans with this show, and that hopefully will come into fruition. As always, dear viewers, again, happy Eid to you all, Eid Mubarak, and thank you so much for watching our program, Why Not? Until next time, please take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Hi Hi everybody, this is Sarah Al-Amiri in Why Not Show.
Hello everyone and welcome to our program Why Not. I'm your host Ahmed Murad.
Lovely viewers of Why Not, I am your host Ritaj Ishtirani.